Hi, and welcome to Origin of Concepts. In this episode, we'll take a look at the Caduceus, the staff of Hermes from Greek mythology, and see if we can find the origin of this divine staff. The Caduceus is the staff of Greek god Hermes and Mercury in Roman mythology, featuring two snakes intertwined around a winged rod. And it's no secret that the inspiration to make this staff comes from the Milky Way center. That's why I'm here. So let's take a look at the Milky Way center. The rod is the striped shadow here. And the two intertwined serpents are the striped shadow, is also the striped shadow. And let me find another color here. And this is visual. They visualize the stripes in the striped shadow as intertwined serpents here. So here you got the serpent, the coiled serpents around the staff. And then sometimes there's a golden ball or a ring on the top of the staff, which is of course the ring in the Milky Way center, or the golden ball, the golden disc, or the golden spirit light in the Milky Way center here. And then of course we need the two wings on the staff, which are the shadows on each side of the disc. And let me try to illustrate it here. Here we got one wing, and here we got the other wing. Just follow the outlines of the shadows in the Milky Way center. So here you got the staff of Hermes. But let's look at some key features to see if we can back it up a little bit. Initially, the staff was a rod of olive branch featuring two shots at the top and decorated with garlands and wool. And, you know, it was before it became the staff of Hermes. So let's see if we can find, it's the same concept, you know, but the two shots is of course the two leaves or knobs or wings of the staff in old times. And the olive branch is of course the striped shadow here. And the reason why it's an olive branch is because, this area of the Milky Way center is olive green. It's here we find the olive oil, you know, the the golden disc light, you know. It's running down through the striped shadow and make this olive green light when you look up there. So that's the olive branch. And the garlands, of course, is the striped shadow here. This is also the garlands of the Christmas tree and all other kind of garlands you see around the world. And then we got the wool of the sheep, which was used on the staff. And the wool, the sheep is basically the area up here, the white sheep area above the disc. And the wool, you know, when you harvest the wool, it's the striped shadow here. That's the wool in the sky. So there you got it. And then it becomes to what you see now, the staff of Hermes with the wings and the serpents. And some other key features. Hermes used his wand to separate two fighting snakes they wrapped around it in harmony and become a permanent symbol of the staff. Yeah, the image speaks for itself. You already know where to find the two fighting serpents. The staff also served as a tool to guide souls to the underworld. And that's because the striped shadow, first of all, the stripes in the striped shadow is the souls. It's visualized as the souls flying towards heaven inside the golden disc. But the striped shadow is also the bridge between the mortal and divine realm. So therefore, the staff is used to guide the souls. Caduceus was a magical wand capable of inducing sleep in the wakeful and waking those who were sleeping. That's a word, spell. But let me let me pin it down for you here, because waking sleeping people is an allegory of leading people into spirit or wisdom. And that's exactly what the striped shadow does, because that's the path, so to speak, into enlightenment or into wisdom here in the center of the Milky Way. So that's the path from the mortal mind or the materialistic mind and into the divine mind, And then we got it also inducing sleep in the wakeful, So when you already obtained, wisdom, then you die. And inducing sleep in the wakeful is an allegory of leading the soul of the dead into the underworld. And of course, that's what the staff is doing. Because when you die, it's like an Egyptian concept. Then your soul must be harvested, and then it must go into the afterworld here. So your body is dead and over, but your soul must go on, so to speak, or the spirit. So that's the cryptic message of that text passage. And then we got the and then some claims will state that the Caduceus origin or is an idea from the Sumerian god Ningishzida, which also represents intertwined serpents on a staff. You can see it on the Ningishzida vase. But basically, I don't believe they have anything in common, except from both cultures saw the intertwined serpents in the striped shadow in the Milky Way. So, but I'll leave it up to you. And then we also got some people is confused about the staff of Hermes here, the Caduceus, and the rod of Asclepius, the Greek god, a staff with only one serpent. And both of the symbols originate from the striped shadow here in the Milky Way center, but they got two different meanings. So, yeah. And then we also got the let me see if I can spell it here. Kerikeon. It's a ring. Let me try to. It's a ring. Let me see. It's like a ring with two serpents intertwined like this, something like this. That's the forerunner, so to speak, for the Caduceus. But it's exactly the same. It's the serpents in the striped shadow, and in this case of the Kerikeon, It's just they just surround the disk here in the Milky Way center and do something like this. And this is a concept, I'm pretty sure, which originated from ancient Egypt. You know, you got the Ra sun disk, which is also the golden disk in the Milky Way center, with the serpent Wadjet and the cobra surrounding in it. So that's what you need to know about that. And of course, the ancient Egyptians used the winged disc, which you all also can see here, the disc here and the wings. So this was like a bonus info. Otherwise, you can go watch the video with the winged disc from Egypt. It's already put up there. Okay, I think that's all. Now you know where to find the Caduceus, or the staff of Hermes from ancient Greek mythology. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. And until then, take care. Bye.